Welcome to the 54th episode of Kanga Crypto News, your go-to source for fast and trustworthy updates in the world of crypto. I'm Kuba, bringing you the latest and most important stories. As always, later in this episode, I'll go over the rules of our competition where you can win some KNG tokens, and I'll also reveal the winner from last week's round. But before we proceed, please remember that all the information in Kanga Crypto News is carefully compiled by our expert Kanga analysts, using reliable sources only. Please note, however, that this is not an investment advice. New episodes of Kanga Crypto News are released every week on Friday. If you want to stay informed about the most crucial developments in the crypto world, subscribe to our channel. Don't forget to hit the notification bell so you never miss any important news. Now, let's get started. The Federal Reserve is holding a closed-door meeting to discuss potential rate cuts amid recession fears and Trump's escalating tariff threats. While Chair Jerome Powell has been reluctant, pressure is mounting. BlackRock CEO Larry Fink argues rate cuts are unlikely and warns rates may rise. If cuts are implemented, they could spur investment in risk assets like crypto, weaken the dollar, and boost institutional interest. Past rate cuts have triggered market rallies, though investor sentiment remains fragile due to recent volatility. SEC staff are reviewing past crypto-related guidance, including Bitcoin futures, investment contracts, and custody rules, per acting chairman Mark Uyeda. The review, spurred by Executive Order 14192 and Elon Musk's Doge team, aims to align regulations with current policy goals. While the statement lacks formal backing from commissioners, it signals a softening stance under Trump's administration and could ease regulatory pressure. Many enforcement actions may be dropped as the agency pivots towards a more supportive crypto framework. Trump has threatened to impose 50% tariffs on China unless it lifts its 34% counter tariff by April 8th. The standoff worsened the ongoing trade war, causing panic across crypto and traditional markets. Bitcoin dropped to 74K before rebounding slightly to 79. Altcoins also suffered sharp losses. Fake news of 90-day tariff pause briefly rallied BTC to 80K, highlighting market sensitivity. Arthur Hayes predicts raising Bitcoin dominance with possible altcoin recovery if Bitcoin stabilizes. Former Binance CEO Changpeng Zhao appeared at Hong Kong crypto events, warning that the market is unhealthy due to meme coin hype. Zhao, who doesn't trade crypto actively, advised young investors to use dollar cost averaging. He admitted past mistakes with BNB ecosystem neglect and said expanding use cases would raise its value. Zhao revealed global governments now seek his advice and discussed a $300 million initiative to digitize global education. Despite past legal troubles, Zhao remains a key industry figure. NYSE Arca approved the Teucrium 2x long daily XRP ETF, marking a significant step for crypto products and traditional finance. Teucrium previously launched a Bitcoin futures ETF and is now expanding into XRP. Other firms like Franklin Templeton are pursuing spot XRP ETFs. Coinbase and Binomial are also pushing regulated XRP futures. These moves come as Ripple's legal clarity improves and shows growing institutional appetite for XRP exposure in regulated markets. Strategy paused its Bitcoin acquisition amid a market crash triggered by Trump's tariffs. The company bought 80,715 Bitcoins in Q1 at around $95,000 average, but Bitcoin's fall below 80K puts its holdings at risk of losses. Strategy disclosed a $5.91 billion unrealized loss. Master stock dropped 30% and raised YTD gains. Meanwhile, whales continue accumulating BTC, though CryptoQuant CEO warns the bull market may be over. The firm may sell BTC OTC, potentially spooking investors. Grayscale failed to convert its Solana trust into a spot ETF, GSOL, on New York Stock Exchange, aiming to attract institutional investors. Backed by physical Solanas, the ETF comes amid Trump's endorsement of Solana for the US Digital Reserve. Solana is down 60% from its January high of $295 due to trade war anxiety. Analysts remain cautious about ETF demand for non-Bitcoin assets, If approved, GSOL could boost Solana's credibility but faces a tough market for risk asset. Ripple is buying Hidden Road for $1.25 billion to become the largest non-bank prime broker, integrating $3 trillion in annual clearing volume into its XRP-based infrastructure. Hidden Road will use RLUSD as collateral and settle trades on the XRP ledger. CEO Brad Garlinghouse calls it once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to bridge crypto and traditional markets. Ripple prefers M&A over IPO plans, signaling ongoing expansion. The deal coincides with regulatory shifts in the US under Trump's appointed SEC leadership. The US begins enforcing a 104% tariff on Chinese goods, escalating the trade war. Crypto markets reacted sharply with $50 million liquidated in an hour and BTC falling below 77K. Analysts predict BTC could drop to 70K based on RSI trends. Ethereum also slipped below $1,500. The aggressive tariff stance, coupled with China's promise to retaliate, increases market instability and could mark a start of a bearish cycle for crypto. Trump urged Federal Chair Jerome Powell to cut interest rates, accusing him of playing politics. He cited falling inflation, higher employment, and cheaper goods as reason. However, Powell warned of stagflation risks from Trump's tariffs. Markets are volatile, with Bitcoin surprisingly holding at around $80,000 despite the sell-off in the other risk assets. Analysts now consider BTC a potential safe haven. However, experts caution that Trump's aggressive trade stance could harm both the economy and crypto in the long run. That's all for the latest Kanga Crypto news. But before we wrap up, there's one more important announcement: the competition. You have the chance to win KNG tokens. Unfortunately, we do not have a winner of the competition. The winner of the next episode will get a nice accumulation of KNG tokens though. Therefore, be sure to take part in the competition. You can find the market link in the description below. Submit your predictions using the following format: hashtag Kanga Crypto News, the next episode number, so 55, and then dollar value that you predict. To win, your guess must be the closest to the actual Ethereum value, but it cannot differ by more than 10 USDT in either direction. Want to increase your chances of winning even more KNG? Here's how. Leave a second, separate comment under the video that is unrelated to the contest. You can write whatever you like. By doing so, your margin of error increases to 20 USDT instead of 10 USDT. Every week, the winner will receive a prize in KNG tokens, which will be equivalent to 10% of the likes on the latest Kanga Crypto News episode. For more details, check the description below. So did you enjoy the video? Give us a thumbs up, share, and subscribe to stay updated with all the latest news. As always, stay informed and stay ahead in the blockchain world. See you next time.
We are Kanga, beyond crypto.